Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Beyond Passions. My name is Princess. I'm going to discuss the reasons or causes of domestic violence based on research. My aim is for people to see the depths of the causes of domestic violence for possible solutions, because when you see the depths of the causes, then you can also see the solutions. First, I would like to start by asking, what is domestic violence? Well, domestic violence is violence committed by someone within the domestic circle of a victim. It includes partners, ex-partners, immediate family members, other relatives, and family friends. Basically, the term domestic violence is used when there's a close relationship between the person, that is, the perpetrator, the person committing the violence, and the victim. So domestic violence is a thorn in the flesh of society, which we already know, and has been like that for ages. But the fact that it has been age-long does not make it right. It's an ugly monster that keeps rearing its head, not only in homes, but now has become a global headache, as we can see pictures, disturbing pictures on social media. As a matter of fact, we know that domestic violence has claimed so many lives, even in recent times, not only in Africa, but in the developed world too. Domestic violence goes by other names like physical abuse, partner abuse, partner violence. So if you hear me use these other terms, I'm still talking about the same subject, domestic violence. Alright? We know what it is and we see it. Some of us have even experienced it, and some of us are still experiencing it, sadly enough. It is not something we are proud to talk about, so we have to continue to address it, even if it is not so pleasant to the ears and to the eyes. It is an inexhaustible subject because it keeps coming up again and again. Domestic violence is inexcusable regardless of the reasons it happens. But what are the causes of domestic violence? There is no singular cause for domestic abuse, and its causes vary from home to home, from person to person, and from personality to personality. First, I have to be clear. Domestic violence is a negative. For me, it is a no. It's a barbaric act that no human being should be proud to engage in, no matter the reason. I am treating this topic not only for the benefit of couples, but also for people who have intentions of becoming partners and couples, for girls, for boys in relationships, for those dating, for those courting. When you become aware of some of the causes of domestic violence, it helps to recognize the beast in good time, so that when it is about to rear its ugly head in your life, you know what to do, and you don't have to wait for it to keep coming up or for it to keep on getting you until someone's child kills another man's child in the name of domestic violence. God forbid. may we not see evil. Partner violence has claimed the lives of many who were in one relationship or the other. Every time we hear of a death resulting from partner violence, it sends shivers down spines. It's a rude reminder that another life is about to terminate violently. It is such a sad, sad thing to talk about, but we have to continue to address it. In my African home, where I come from originally, one of the proverbs my mom used to say back then stuck with me till date. She used to say that only a tree stands still when it hears of its impending death, but humans would run far, far away when they hear of such a warning. So, I am here to warn you of the causes of domestic violence, and to also let you know that there are implications for every evil perpetrated under the sun. I am here to warn you so that, number one, you can run away from it. I am here to warn you so that you can warn your children and your loved ones about domestic violence. I'm here to warn you so that you can raise your children in a proper way for them not to grow up behaving badly and engaging in domestic violence. I'm here to warn you so that parents who engage in domestic violence ought not to do so in the presence of their children, because they are damaging these children in so doing. I am here to warn you that if you are a violent partner, you should seek help in order to stop that barbaric act. I'm here to warn you so that if you engage in domestic violence, you are not far from becoming a murderer. If you engage in domestic violence, you are not far from killing another man's child. Just remember that I have warned you. Now, for the record, and to be quite clear, I am not an advocate of domestic violence. I abhor it, I detest it, I forbid it. Just to be clear and for the record. Alright, having laid that foundation, let's proceed. I have grouped the causes of domestic violence into the following. 1. Individual related factors. 2. Family related factors. 3. Macro factors. And 4. Others. Others that I don't know how to group them, but they exist, right? Today I'm going to treat the reasons for physical abuse under the umbrella of individual related factors. I am not going to finish everything in one video, so this is a series. Shall we? Number 1. The first on the list is substance abuse. There are people who abuse substances and hide that fact away from their partners for a very long time. Their partners may never get to understand why they flip and fly off the handle at the slightest of triggers. It is also not uncommon to see the perpetrators deny it when confronted with suspicion of substance abuse. Some may even claim that they are abusing the substance because it is recommended for them. But you know better than believe this. No one abuses substance because it is recommended for them. Number 2, alcohol and drunkenness. Alcohol and drunkenness is a common causative factor for partner violence. A good number of people will agree on this. Alcohol affects cognitive, and physical function. So it is easy for a drunken partner to turn a simple discussion into a heated argument when drunk, and due to a loss of control may result into violence because a drunk's judgment is already beclouded. Number 3, anger. Uncontrollable anger and hot temper leads to loss of self-control. Everyone gets angry and everyone has a right to get upset when annoyed. This is only human. But people have to get a grip on their anger after a while. Anger gets to a point of no return when allowed to take control of your judgment to the point of hitting your partner. But when anger turns into rage, it pushes its victims to a point of no return. That is when the anger then takes over its victim's sense of control. The person loses it and cannot even think of any implications at that time, at that violent time. The person loses it and can't even think of the implication of what he or she is doing. Rage and a poor sense of judgment takes over to the point of violence. This is why you see a partner who professes love hit his or her loved partner and thereafter their eyes become clear and their senses return to them after the violent attack. And you hear some people say something like, it's the work of the devil. Is this love? Some even say that without hitting their partners, their love cannot be rekindled. What kind of love is that? Well, another factor under the individual related factor is family history. If a person has a family history of violence, that is, one of his or her parents is violent and hits the other in the presence of the child. When children are exposed to this type of act of partner violence, those children may grow up thinking it's okay to hit their partners. It is better not to expose a child to partner violence. It traumatizes the child and sends the wrong message to his fragile and impressionable mind. Also, if that child is excessively being given corporal punishment, that is, that child is excessively being caned and flogged both at home and in school for any and every wrong thing he or she does, the child may grow up thinking violence is the best way of correction, unless that impression is changed before that child grows into a young adult and before that child leaves the home to start his or her own family. This is one of the reasons children are not allowed to be exposed to movies that have violence as part of the content. So parents, please be careful and mind what you expose your children to. Some people have said that they have never seen their parents quarrel apart from slight arguments in their presence before. I believe it because there are parents who have been in the marriage union for like 60 years and they are still married and their children have not experienced them fight, have heated arguments before. Children from such a home will not end up hitting their partner, for instance, unless they have been exposed to something else. So parents, please, this is also an appeal to you. Mind what you expose your children to. Mind what you expose your children to. Please. Those are just 4 of the causes that I have just explained. I will continue from here in my next video next week. So please expect more courses on this series on domestic violence. If you like what I do, please subscribe to my channel and press that little bell by your right hand side for notification. Please leave your questions in the comment section below, and please check for links to any videos that I have referred to in the description below. Thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you for listening till the end. Look out for next video next week on the causes and reasons for domestic violence. Thank you so much. Stay safe.